When it comes to cybersecurity, the scariest threats are usually the ones you never see coming. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the silent guardian that stands between a network and total disaster, the Intrusion Detection System. Okay, that sounds pretty grim, right? But honestly, this is the core reality that drives almost all of modern cybersecurity. It doesn't matter how high you build your digital walls or how strong your passwords are. The base assumption, the starting point for everything, is that someone, somehow, is going to get in. And that's exactly where our story begins.
So, if we just accept that getting breached is a matter of when, not if, well, that changes the entire game, doesn't it? It means security can't just be about prevention anymore. You absolutely have to have a plan for what you're going to do after someone gets through. You need a watchguard on the inside.
Which leads us to the million-dollar question. If a really clever attacker manages to slip right past all your frontline defenses, how in the world do you even know they're there? How do you catch them red-handed before they do some serious damage? Well, the answer is a type of technology designed for this exact job, the Intrusion Detection System, or what you'll almost always hear called an IDS. This is the specialized tool that's basically our internal security guard, and it is always on the lookout. So what is an IDS really? The best way to think about it is like a super advanced security camera system, but for your data. It's just watching all the traffic flowing back and forth, and it has this incredibly smart guard watching the monitors, looking for anything that seems off. Like someone trying to jimmy open a locked file or acting in a way that just breaks the rules. Okay, and this is super important to get right. An IDS isn't a wall. It's not there to block attackers. That's what a firewall does. Think of it this way. A firewall is the bouncer at the front door. The IDS, though, that's the undercover security agent inside the club, just watching, listening. Its whole job is to spot trouble and sound the alarm. It's all about detection, not prevention. All right, so how on earth does this thing actually work? I mean, how can one system tell the difference between millions of perfectly normal connections and that one single connection that signals an attack? Well, the core idea is actually pretty intuitive, and it acts like a fantastic digital safety net. And this safety net idea really makes it click. Picture your firewalls and your antivirus software as a tightrope walker, performing way up high. That's your first, most visible line of defense. But if that performer slips, if an attacker finds a way past them, the IDS is that huge net waiting below, ready to catch them before they hit the ground. This is the secret sauce. At its heart, an IDS is a master of pattern recognition. It's constantly taking a look at all the traffic it sees and comparing it to a massive, and I mean massive, library of known attack signatures. These are basically the fingerprints of a cyber attack. The moment it finds a match, it sounds the alarm. But there's a problem with that, isn't there? What happens when a hacker comes up with a brand new attack? Something with a pattern that no one's ever seen before? Well, to keep up, our simple little watchguard has had to get a whole lot smarter. And this, right here, is where the technology takes a giant leap forward. Instead of just having a list of known bad guys, modern systems use machine learning to become experts on what's normal for their own network. They watch and learn the network's unique rhythms, its personality. And then, anything, and I mean anything, that deviates from that normal baseline gets flagged as suspicious, even if it's a completely new kind of threat. The difference here is just profound. A traditional IDS is like that security guard with a binder full of mugshots. If a bad guy walks in who isn't in the binder, he goes right on by. But a modern ML-powered IDS, that's not a guard, it's a seasoned detective. It's spent weeks, maybe months, learning the neighborhood, knowing who comes and goes, what time the bakery truck arrives, all of it. So the second something is even a tiny bit out of place, it knows. It doesn't need a mugshot because it knows what right looks like. It learns, it adapts, it evolves. Which leaves us with one final and pretty critical question. We're in a perpetual arms race. The people building the defenses versus the people trying to tear them down. Now, as attackers start using their own AI to create more sophisticated, more unpredictable threats, the evolution of our digital safety nets, well, it isn't just a nice-to-have upgrade anymore. It's an absolute necessity for survival. So you have to wonder, what comes next?